should we now tell our story?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah! Yeah! Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah! Yeah! You either with me or against me, ho!
My name's Jon.
I'm Adam.
And we're a Daddy-O Training Company. We make cool fatherhood products, and we're here today to hang out with D.
Yeah.
We're back here, November, Menlo Club. It's all about giving, and so we're continuing this amazing series with incredible entrepreneurs that I recently met that have this incredible concept about great products for fatherhood, which that is a new endeavor for me as well. And so we're gonna sit and talk today about their business and see if I can be of help. I actually already helped them. Gave them an intro that was helpful. So let's, continue the conversation.
Yeah, well, thank you again for linking up with us. I think it's something that we're super stoked just to be able to have a mentor or just someone we can rely on with this new stage. For me, I think, and Adam, we came in this completely without really knowing what we were doing, and we're kind of figuring it out as we go. The way you helped us out with the manufacturer just completely changed our game.
Obviously the manufacturing is one step. You guys had kind of developed the product and made an introduction that, hopefully is the right path for obviously being more efficient, but going to a real expert who manufactures bags, someone that we use. What's kind of like the next phase of like the company today?
Well, right now it transitioned from just a t-shirt apparel brand. And we realized right off the top that it's cool for Christmas, Father's Day, but we're never gonna get into a big store or turn this into a real business without launching our fatherhood products. And so the backpack's the starting point. I think after last time we talked, you really wanted us to focus on making that backpack perfect. Yeah. And so we kind of put all of our other items off to the side until we can really nail this. And then we can do the changing pad, the bottle coolers, all the children's accessories, and really become the new wave of, Skip Hop, for example, like a brand like that, that's just here for fathers, so it's marketing, and I think that's what our next battle or uphill thing is, just coming up with the content to really have our Instagram be able to tell our story and get the message out there.
So you'll launch with the bag, and that'll be, how do you envision launching it? Is it a video? Is it Kickstarter? Like what
All of it.
All of it, yeah. So we're gonna do a couple teaser videos, and then we have like a comical, kind of playful video, and then one more like interview setting that's a little bit more serious. And we're gonna launch on Kickstarter, and just fingers crossed, just kind of run with it. We have some like social media, Facebook marketing stuff that we have planned with some pixel stuff we've generated, an email list, but we're just gonna hope that you buy a bag, you tell your friend, and it just kind of grows, and people really start. Every time we do something, like we go out and everyone who sees us, they're like, this is so cool, we love what you're doing. There's never anything like this when I had my kid, that's my first kid. So we're trying to do something for the dads and make them be able to represent their fatherhoods.
Yeah, I also think just spending a little bit of time with you guys, like you guys are like genuinely passionate about fatherhood, which is actually really exciting. Yeah. Because a lot of, I'm sure everyone loves being a father, but like you guys are like jumping out of the, which is awesome. Yeah. And I think it's important that guys like show their feeling. So knowing that and now spending time with you guys, I know digital is the way you scale a marketing strategy, but when you mention every time we go out, we get this good feedback, that isn't because of the product, that's because of you guys. Okay. And that's a function of just your guys' personalities that you have to take advantage of. And that's why like it should show on social for a portion of it. But I think the physical element of you guys, like the trunk show for guys, is something that's going to be very powerful for you guys. And it may not happen in the sense of like at a retail store, because that's not where guys are. Right. But where are dads? Maybe at the park, maybe at wherever you guys are interacting with other fathers. Because I think your personality actually helps sell the product, because you're so excited about it that's going to translate into the customer being like, oh, I got to get this. I'm not surprised when you guys do a pop-up, it works because it's your personalities. And I think like, I envision like when, you know, your families all have time, you guys, it's almost like like hop in an RV and you just travel up and down the coast as a crew, as a family. And the pop-up is like your family, bring your kids, snacks, you know, juice. And it's like a fun day for the family, like a picnic almost. And I think that's how like I envision you guys building this brand, because at the end of the day, the product is a commodity. Sure, you're gonna figure out specific nuances that are good for a father, but like most average person would be like, oh, it's another backpack. Right. So, and I could say that for my business, it's another pair of shorts, jeans, shoe, whatever. What is that connection that you're gonna bring to the brand that someone else at like Bye Bye Baby can't? And that's you guys and the storytelling. If you look at like these modern brands, like Honest Company, which is in the baby space, that their whole story was organic, transparency, Jessica Alba being the mom you connect with, like a younger, hipper mom. And I think like you have to take that approach is like it's really gonna have to come down to you and your guys' social media effort. And then on top of that, like physically meeting, you know, man, I met these guys, they're so great. They love being a dad. Like, I want to support them. Because that's where it starts.
And that's the exact picture that we want to paint in the video that we're doing.
Yeah.
We have to be able to paint that story of who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said in previous conversations, we have people that support us already that are willing to come out and be a part of that story.
Yeah.
And we just want that to go to a bigger mass.
Yeah, and I think the video is a great starting point. It just literally comes down to how it's edited and do you get my attention within that first split second? And I think you guys have the personality to do it. I just don't, if the video doesn't work, I don't think it's the end of the world also. Because I think about how we started our brand. Our brand was built like, we were hand to hand, door to door, salesmen's almost. Like travel the country, built a following. And I think that in this type of business, more specifically because if this was like a backpack filled with a technology that no one else had, a video can solve your problem. Like spreading news really quickly. In this case, I just feel like you have a product, it's super interesting, it's super focused, it's niched, awesome. Now, how do you reach out to a large group of audience? Because your challenge is the same as mine. You're selling to guys, right, which are very, very difficult because they don't engage in content. They don't consume, like a younger father is like, has no time. Think about like how much time do you guys have? Maybe a podcast. Is it about your content you're consuming? You're barely watching TV. Like you're just working, spend time with your kids, and you're sleeping, and you sneak a drink in every once in a while.
Couple drinks. Yeah, no, I mean, it's, I think we were talking about today when, like you guys with the run club, if we could do something like that for dads where we do meetups at the park, it's like, hey, bring your kids, daddy-o day at the park, or whatever it is.
Like barbecues. Like, it's almost like if you told me like, hey, there's a club of dads and we talk about our challenges being a father, I'd be like, I'm not going to that shit. Right. I don't want to talk to other dads about anything. Yeah. But if you say, hey, bring your kids, we're going to cook and hang out and drink beers and do whatever, I'm like, it sounds fun. Yeah. And it's the same exact thing is happening. It's about positioning it. Like, whereas in women, marketing to women, Mommy and Me is about it's like group therapy for the moms to kind of talk about what they're going through physically, emotionally, mentally, with another group of people that are going through that same exact stage at the same exact time. So it's like therapy because women are more comfortable sharing their highs and their lows, whereas guys struggle with that. That's where I think like if you make it a fun, engaging thing, like it's literally a barbecue, I'm like, I'd rather you guys do that than spend excessively on Facebook ads. because this has to be an emotional connection purchase. Like they feel like they're part of a community. It's like, oh, he's got that, that's cool, I got that too. At least in the early stages. Once you get the momentum, Facebook ads, it's like, oh, that's the backpack every guy has, cool, I'll go buy it. And a Facebook ad, Instagram ad solves that problem. I just don't think it should be the driver, because then it's just like, oh, it's just the dad bag or whatever, not like what your brand actually stands for.
And that might be a cool thing to do for like our launch. When we do launch the Kickstarter, because when we do our pop-ups, we did one, and I think one of the coolest things was having, like, I think there's 3 or 4 families came because they knew we were there. They're fans of the brand and they love what we are representing. Yeah. And that was just like, man, like we're doing something. And that was such
we all said we were only here because you're here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you know that, that's what I'm saying. It's about you guys. It's not about what you're selling. And so maybe it's like going to a jamboree and like, hey, we're paying for 50 kids to come hang out here. And then that's your marketing, and then like you work it out with Jamboree, you get to sell the bags, whatever. And it's like, and you go do like a Jamboree tour or like, you know, wherever your audience you think is. And I just don't think like, don't rely just completely on social on this one. Like I think the video should be like this emotional, powerful thing that tells you why you guys are doing what you're doing and why this bag is so important, and you're showing it in real life action. That 100% should happen. But I think that will get you to a certain level, but your guys' personalities is the real gem that you gotta take advantage of.
Yeah, I think that's great, because when we're able to connect with someone, right? When we talk to you, we're able to like go into our story, why we became dads, why we started this, and we got to talk about like our give back too, and how it's not just a brand, you know, we're really trying to make a difference and build a community of dads, which I guess you can't get when you're scrolling through.
Yeah, you don't get, that's a challenge with digital marketing. It's very transactional, it's emotionless. It's either like driven by a item that is so unique that's like, oh, I need a battery powered scooter and phone charger, whatever, like some weird gimmicky thing. Or it's like, oh, I know that brand, I've heard of it, let me go check it out. And I think that's why I think part of the strategy is like, what is the marketing strategy for women? Because for women, you could do an Instagram ad, a video of like pretty much an unboxing of the backpack, showing every detail. Diaper holder, boom. Bottle holder, boom. Flexible, lightweight, waterproof, whatever, all the little details. And women will appreciate it for what that is. A guy won't. Because guys don't think like that.
And I mean, every time we go to the mall, I see dudes with their backpack or the wife's bag, and they just look like dead inside. You know, they're just like, and it's, I mean, that's because they just grabbed something, they didn't care, they just like whatever, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I think the women's side of the marketing is like the very specific, like this is the functional purpose of this bag. That would work as an Instagram, Facebook ad. The men's side of it has to be something different. Like it's got to be a different like.
I think that community, just building I think that's perfect.
Yeah, like if you guys just hosted barbecues, with like, I'm sure you have a friend in every town that has a kid and like, yo, bring your friends, we'll pay for a barbecue.
Even if it's 5, 10, 50 people, I think it's just like having one new person learns about us and hopefully becomes a fan.
And I think the other interesting opportunity is like, stay away from the big cities. I think like when I think about your community, like where you guys are from, that is like a close knit, everyone knows each other, everyone kind of is more, like you can have an influence over your community. Whereas like in LA, it's like, you know, it's just not, it's impossible.
My hometown, Vacaville, which is kind of in between Bay Area and Sacramento, one of the retail shops, Raz Redemption, got us in their store. And from that, it's like this community of dads just grew. And it's like dominating Vacaville, you know what I mean? With like our brand, which is so cool.
That's what I'm saying, like you're better off every month doing an event in Vacaville, and then in Sacramento, and then like Fresno, and then the Valley. You know, like go to these pockets, service the hell out of those communities, build the following there, physically, and then the purchases will happen online. They'll find it and they'll figure it out. But like, make it impactful in those communities, as opposed to trying to like this focus on like making it work digitally in big scalable way. Like, you can build a really, like, when I look at brands like that compete with like the Vineyard Vines of the world, like in the South, those brands just focus on those communities. They don't care about the rest of the country. They're like, we focus in Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and we market the hell out of those people and those. We're not trying to target the rest of the country. It's like, you're better off. You guys are in California. There's more than enough business to be had in California. Go after those people. Those dads relate to you more because you're up and down this coast all the time. So like, if you're driving back, you hit 4 towns and you're like, hey, we're here. What's up? What's going on? How's it going? And every time you meet people, that's how we built our brand originally. It's like, I was in Philly every month, New York every month, Atlanta every month, Chicago, Detroit, and ended up building a following. Like, I became friends with the store kids. The store kids told, oh, I met the owner of 5-4, and then we all of a sudden have a following in these cities. And I think it's that simple. And then you'll see the benefit of it online. But that way you're not relying on like Facebook ads to build the business.
When you started the Run Club, did you just put it out on social? Hey, I'm gonna be here, and then kind of just waited as people came? Or?
Yeah, so Luke kind of helped spearhead that, and first was like, oh, we invited some staff, we sent an email, we put it on social, he invited some people, and people saw it on social, right? And then it's the discipline to keep doing it, right? So a year and 3 months later, people know that we do it every Saturday. So when people from out of town are here, they're like, oh, I want to run. It's just part of our community. But it's like a commitment that you guys have to make. Every Saturday, 9 a.m., we're going to meet at this park. If you're around, come hang out with us. And it may just be the 2 of you.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But you put on social, we're committed to doing this, whether you want to come or not. And I think that's how people know we take our Run Club so seriously. That no matter what, every Saturday, there is a group of people that are willing to run.
So on our social, because if you look at our Instagram right now, it's all client-based content. So basically they're taking a picture, tagging us, and we post it. And that's been the pattern we've been doing for last year. Should we now tell our story and be? Absolutely.
Like, once I see the product once, why do I gotta see it again? It's boring. I get it, you're selling a backpack, you're selling a t-shirt, cool. Once or twice, post it, put it on Instagram story again and again and again. People will tag it, reshare it on story. But your Instagram feed is like your TV channel about your community. And do dad jokes, do memes about dads, or cool videos about dad. Make it this dad-centric social media about like making people comfortable with this community and not so much about like the product. That's the same transformation we're going through as a company, where we've been so product fashion focused, and then I've been a believer that everything everyone does in anything consumer for the most part is a commodity. You can get it anywhere. Nothing special about it. It's the brand storytelling we do that's going to make you want to be a part of our community. We know our product is good, our prices are great, quality is fantastic. We know like it's hard to compete with this on those things. But you can still compete with this on those things. You can't compete with the community we're building. So we're going to talk about that instead. And that's going to be the focus. And I think that's what it's got to come down to. Like, your thing should just be the dad lifestyle of you guys.
And I mean, it's a great opportunity for us to talk about the struggles, the pros, the cons. Like,
yeah. Like, put Sunday morning hungover, 2 kids screaming, dad life. Yeah. You know, like, that's the reality of being a dad, right? Like, yeah, like I was, you know, we drank last night, and my kid doesn't know that I drank last night.
He knows when he's ready to get up in the morning, and you have to be ready to get up when he's up.
So it's like that, and then the jokes, and then like what you guys do, and like soccer practice. You know, everything that you're doing, just share it. Okay. and just be like, oh, this is about being a dad, and like vacations and this, and like, you know, when you hop on a plane and you get stuck with when you're going on a business trip and you get stuck on a flight next to a baby, and you're a dad, you're like, fuck. You know, just like tell those stories that other fathers can relate to. I think that is way more interesting than talking about products.
I think that's cool. I think it's commitment though. You know what I mean? That's like the hardest thing. It's like being dedicated to, okay, we got to film or do something or like document our lives.
Yeah. It's not, once you get used to it, like I just do, like, it's just part of my routine. Like I gotta have 10 ticks on Instagram story every day. Yeah. I just feel like I have to. Okay. Otherwise I'm not on top of mind. Like I don't want people to forget about what we're doing.
Do you feel people are now supporting you more than 5 years ago because of everything you're doing?
And I put it out there, and I ask for help. I ask for support. Like I'm literally telling, I want to be famous. Come support me. Yeah. And people are like, fuck it. This guy wants to be famous. I'll help him.
Well, I mean, like especially with like the group chat stuff. I mean, everybody who listens tags it on their story.
It's crazy. Like after in the morning of an episode, I will literally have 200 DMs by like 9 a.m. Crazy. And I don't even have a lot of followers. It's just the engagement is so heavy because I'm sharing and I'm honest and I'm talking about things that we're going through or things that are interesting to me, and that resonates with people. And that's what ultimately you guys need to do. Because if you go do that and you go tell the Bye Bye Baby people and they see your social and they see this, they'll be like, oh, we want this brand in our store. We want these guys to come and sit in our store on a Saturday. I've been to Bye Bye Baby on Saturday in LA. It's a zoo. There's a line to pay every time we've gone in there. That means if those guys believe in you and what you're doing, and you imagine you could meet 500 people on a Saturday. You know how hard it is to get 500 people to click on your Facebook ad? Fucking expensive. It's hard.
Like $1.25 each click or whatever it is. Yeah.
Exactly. You can go to you know Bye Bye Babies in there in California. Go to all of them. Stand outside them if they won't let you in. Yeah. You know, it's like.
Even like when we first started the brand, I was that dude at like Tahoe or wherever we were on vacation. I see a dad with his kid, and I'm like creeping over there with a card, like, here you go, man. You know, like, and it's like super awkward at first, but now it's like no shame in it. I'm just like, hey, here's a card, you're a dad. You know, like.
Just be like, have like a promo on it and just talk about the backpack. I'm like, hey, I noticed you have a backpack. I have this brand. Talk about, you know, you guys know how to talk. Just break the ice and like let them spread the message.
Do you think like a trade show would be worth it?
If you know the buyers in your industry, actually go to it. Okay. Like if you know, like who would you target? Who do you think your target customers are?
Bye Bye Baby, Nordstrom. I mean, those are the only ones we're like super focused on at the moment.
Just go to them. Yeah. Way cheaper.
Because the only thing we were thinking of that would just be getting in front of more people, you know, or just.
But if that's all that matters, why didn't you get in front of more people? All those small stores ain't gonna pay their bill anyways. They're just not. They have no money. Yeah. This is the truth. They can't afford to. So you're
net 60 or whatever. It's like
net never. With discounts. You know, it's like you're better off just going and bugging Bye Bye Baby till. Or if you know they're going to be at a trade show what show would they go to?
Like the ABC Kids show.
Where's that?
It's in Vegas.
Okay, so you're better off going to Vegas, find their name, find their picture, and walk up to them and say, can I take you to the nicest dinner in Las Vegas? And have an hour of your time. Or can I buy you a drink? Can I, whatever. Like that was, we stopped doing trade shows for Young and Reckless like 7 years ago. And the reason being, it was so much cheaper for me to either travel to the buyers that actually mattered, which in our case was like 5-6 people, and entertain them. It was cheaper than paying thousands upon thousands of dollars, go to a show, travel, sit there, waste time, all the clubs, this nonsense. I'd be like, let's just take them to this Coachella, the whole buying team. It'd still be cheaper than doing the stupid show. So it's like, that's what I think you have to be like cost effective. If it's literally those two retailers, then just keep targeting them till they give you a meeting.
Right.
Okay.
And we've also had some success too, not ironically, because we know that women and moms gravitate towards this for their husband. They do the shopping for the husband.
That's
And
why
we
I think.
And with mom boutiques, Mom and Dad, one Rise and Redemption specifically, we've had some good success with their clientele and building a community there.
Yeah.
So that's actually been really, really cool.
And I think that's where like digital marketing should all be done towards women. I wouldn't even bother. I do retargeting to men, where the mom will be like, "Oh, go check this out, Joe," and he gets retargeted and he eventually buys it maybe. But like, it's just not. They're not good at engaging on social to be spending money on them. Whereas women will actually engage, share, and like target mommy groups. That's more important. Like, I'm sure there's so many mommy and me groups in Northern California that you could still target. There's thousands of women in those neighborhoods that all are going through the same phase and they need to buy this bag. Like, get on registries.
One of our friends, she was just telling us that she's a part of a Mom and Me group that has 6,000 people in Sacramento area.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So it's
Like, host an event for them.
Okay.
That's the most power. Women control the budget of a household, so it's like, have those, like, host the Mommy and Me group, like mom night out on us. Yeah. Wherever you guys want to go, like local restaurant or whatever. If they want to do it at someone's house, host the food and games and whatever like they enjoy, their kids enjoy, and just say, hey, we just want 5 minutes of your time to tell you what we do. We think it's a cool gift for your husband. That's it.
And then the like influencers, like social media stuff is it worth the pay to play people where they're like, we'll give you a post if you pay $100 or $200, whatever it is?
I think you try it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll convert.
Because we've had some success with someone who just randomly was like, we slid into the DMs and we're like, hey, do you want to, like, we love your page, like, do you want a free shirt? And she posted it and it's like, we got so much traction from it. But then there's like some that we've done, we made a couple errors with like a publicist that just didn't work.
Yeah. I think it's got to be like organic people you're talking to on social and let that be that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like when we were able to like first connect with you, I was just popped in your DMs, was like, man, like, hey, can we meet, can we link up? And now look at us. I mean, it's like things have changed so quickly over the last like couple months. That's what we were talking about too, is like, do we do a podcast? Do we do like children's books? All these other like avenues we're thinking about going down. But it's like, this moonlight thing we're doing right now. We have our day job, so it's like.
That's why you gotta stay focused, because you can't do all that with it as a part-time.
But I think it's coming to where we meet every Thursday just to link up and talk about the business and what we're doing. But it's almost like we have to meet every Tuesday and Thursday or every day. And
Yeah, at least for the social stuff. Or like a sign. You're in charge Monday through Wednesday, you're in charge Thursday to Saturday, Sunday we'll take a break.
Kiss me, ho.